Hey guys, this is John, and today I'm happy to announce a new project that I'm involved in. It's been a while since I've made a video like this, but this is something I'm very passionate about and that you will see on my channel and with my content going forward. Not in totality, of course, but here and there. It's called Chessiverse. Chessiverse.com. Link is in the description, like chess in universe. And this is something that I've been working on behind the scenes for the past several months. It's a startup. It's a chess startup that I've joined with three other individuals who I'll introduce to you guys in just a moment. And I'm not going to give you some long pitch about Chessiverse because, that's kind of boring sometimes when someone immediately comes in with a pitch. And this is chess. You guys want to see me play a game or multiple games even. So we're going to get into it pretty quickly. But the elevator pitch for Chessiverse is this is a platform where you can play against chess bots. We have over 500 chess bots with their own unique playing styles that play like humans, and in fact have been trained to play like humans. So if you're familiar with the Maya bots on Lichess, or maybe you're an old timer like me and played against the Chessmaster bots back in the 1990s, you'll kind of see what we're onto with Chessiverse. We believe there's a significant demand for playing against bots that actually play like humans and have human characteristics and styles. And the bots on Chessiverse have been extensively trained to do exactly that. And every bot is unique with its own unique style. There's ratings on the site as well. So you can see up here, I have a rating close to 2000 right now, obeying my rule of it's better to be a high 1900 than a low 2000 at the moment. I've been testing the bots over the past several months. If I was fully focused, I think I could definitely bring that rating up, but I do tend to play against the bots pretty quickly. But that aside, the bots all have their unique characteristics and styles. And this rating that you can achieve when you play against the bots is pretty close, we believe, to FIDE ratings, what you could expect from a FIDE rating. So if you want to play in a stress-free environment where you're not having to worry about cheating or playing against other human users, as much as we all love the competitive aspects and the social aspects of chess, Chessiverse is a platform where you can do that. And we have a lot of plans for bringing in educational resources as well. You can see we already have a practice and a puzzle section. Stay tuned on those, along with some of the other resources that you'll see on the site, because we believe we can effectively combine playing chess, which is what chess players want to do, with learning at the same time. So quick shout out to the others involved in Chessiverse. Just go down to our About Us page, because I know this is probably the first time many of you are hearing about this site. I did make a YouTube post, text post about it about a week ago. But huge shout out to Jonathan and also Bjorn. These are two Swedish guys, chess players as well. Jonathan even has a FIDE rating of 1908. They are the Chessiverse co-founders. I am listed as a co-founder, but I'm coming in after the site has been up and running for a little while. I'm more of a co-owner in a founder role. I'm going to be spending quite a bit of time on the site, but I just wanted to, for the record, state I consider these guys to be the true co-founders. And then David Cramley, who you might recognize as my Chessable co-founder, he is our strategic advisor, and he's been a big help as well, just in figuring out what we're doing with Chessiverse. So we're very much a startup. It's just us four involved in the day-to-day operations, and we're very open to your input. Before we get started with the game, I want to say this is a new site, a new community. We think it's pretty cool, but please do just make a free account and check it out for yourself. We have a premium membership as well if you want to support us, but by all means, just go and make a free account, play against some bots. Anyone can go on and play against some of the bots. To get access to all the bots, you do have to buy a premium membership, but you'll get the hang of it pretty quickly just on a free account. All right, with that, let's go play one of the bots. So I'm going to click on the Explore page. As I said at the outset, we have over 500 bots at the moment at all different rating levels. There's even influencer bots. So there are some bots modeled after certain chess YouTubers. There is no John bot yet, but he's coming. I think there's a David bot actually. So my former Chessable co-founder David, he has his own bot. So I was thinking, because I want to start a bot rating ladder climb in the style of my climbing the rating ladder series. I was thinking I'd make this the first video in that, but I wanted to pick a bot that's maybe around 15 or 1600 to play. So you can see these bots have fun names and avatars. They also talk with you during the games. There's some banter if you're into that. So let's continue scrolling down. I'm going to look for a bot in the 15 to 1600 range. So how about Pavel Endgame, rated 1534? I'm going to click on his profile because I'm just curious about his characteristics. Yeah, so the name might be a little hint as to Pavel's strengths. So he's a cosmonaut from the country of Georgia. From the stars to the squares, I navigate with precision and conquer with strategy. And you can see there's a breakdown of Pavel's habits, what phases of the game and type of player he is. There's also some opening tendencies as well. So I can actually kind of preview what he plays. Oh, he's a bot after my own heart. He plays the Scandinavian defense. All right. Well, I'm sold. Let's play against Pavel Endgame. Let's get this started. Okay, I have the white pieces. And let's open with e4. Again, there's a running commentary that happens. Oh, and true to form, he plays the Scandinavian. I swear I didn't script this. So let's go ahead and capture. Okay, so instead of playing queen takes d5 or even knight f6, he plays c6, which actually I remember in perusing the Lichess database that this gambit with c6 is somewhat popular at human level. So again, these bots are all programmed to, as best as possible with our current technology, play like humans. So they're trained on human games to get those tendencies. So let's accept the pawn. Now I can't play d4 because that square is double guarded by the queen and the knight. So let's play knight f3 in preparation for playing d4. Yeah, and now e5. That makes a lot of sense. Thwarting my attempt to play the d4 advance. I like playing bishop b5 a lot in this type of position, but I'm not sure I really want to calculate e4 right now. So I think I'm just going to play knight c3. Pavel responds with knight f6. Yeah, and I think now I'm going to play bishop b5. Because I believe if black had gone e4 there, I think knight g5 or even queen e4 would have been nice. And I feel a little bit better doing that when I've got another attacker on the e4 square. So bishop d7 is the answer. By the way, you don't see any clocks here. I could play with a clock if I wanted to, but I usually play with the unlimited time control, which is nice when you're playing a bot because you can just step away if you're, going somewhere, grabbing something to eat, or even getting out of the house for hours. You can come back and play against it. But you can play with any sort of time control that you want. One other thing I'll add, I like the fact that the bots, I was trying to say bots respond. The bots play quickly, but not instantly. And again, it'll depend on what time control you're playing, but with this unlimited time control, I do like that it actually thinks for a little while, but it's not going to be taking your time too much when you're playing against them. Okay, so I think I'm going to castle here. If I play bishop takes c6 followed by knight takes e5, I would lose this pawn on g2. So let's just go ahead and castle. That seems simple enough. All right, an e4 played. So my first instinct against this is to take the pawn on e4 and then go rook e1. Because I can pin Pavel's knight to his king in doing so. I could also play knight g5, but knight takes e4, knight takes e4, rook e1. I'm guaranteed to win the piece back. For example, f5, f3. So I like the look of that. I'm going to go with it. Yeah, rook e1. Pavel does play f5. All right. Let's go with d3 as planned. And now a counterattacking move, a6. Yeah, if I take on c6, bishop takes. That does help defend e4. Black's in a rush here. Or sorry, Black would love to get out of the pin, but I'm not in a rush to actually allow Black out of this pin. So I often talk about this in my videos. If your opponent's in some sort of unpleasant pin, don't feel like you have to help them solve that pin right away. So I withdraw the bishop. Bishop e4 hitting the rook. Let's go c3 against that. Pavel backs up and attacks the pawn on f2. I think now it's time to take the knight. And I can see some traps being laid. For example, if on pawn takes e4, Pavel castles, he's going to run into queen d5 check, forking the king and the bishop. So possibly he'll play pawn takes e4, but I think castling would be a pretty human-like move as well to get out of the attack. But no, he does take, engaging in a gravity maneuver. Okay, let's take with the rook. Okay, and he pulls the bishop back. That's probably wise, because again, if king f7, queen d5, that would have won a piece for me. King f8 wasn't looking too hot as well. But, I mean, he's pinned again, so even though I was cashing in on this pin on the e-file, now there's this bishop issue to deal with. So bishop g5 really comes to mind here. Just thinking if castles at that point, yeah, then I have bishop takes c6, and I believe Black's going to lose a piece because if bishop takes g5, I can take on d7. Yeah, so I like the look of bishop g5. All right, h6. So I'm starting to think a little more concretely here. There's multiple captures possible. I don't see a knockout quite yet, but it looks really good. So let's say bishop takes e7, knight takes e7, knight e5 even. Bishop takes a4. I'm kind of drawn to queen h5 check at that point. With the idea of g6, knight takes g6. Ooh, that looks so good. I could also throw in bishop takes c6 first, but then there's the capture on g5. That's also very good for me, even if I just took on d7, traded down. Actually, in that line, I see a pretty clean way to win a piece, I think. So let's see if I can plot this out. So bishop takes c6, h takes g5. Because if black takes on c6 instead, I have rook takes e7. So bishop takes c6, h takes g5. Bishop takes d7, queen takes d7, queen takes d7, king takes d7, rook d1 check. And after rook d1 check, if black blocks with the bishop on d6, I slide my rook to d4, the other rook to the d file, pile up on the bishop. If instead Pavel plays king e8 after the check on d1, I can play rook from d1 to e1, and that's also winning a piece. So actually, I really like this line with bishop takes c6 because it looks very clean to me. I think it wins a piece in every line. So even though this looks tantalizing as well. Oh, and you know what I'm even realizing? I could invert the capture sequence. So I could play bishop takes e7, knight takes e7, then trade everything on d7, just like the other line, and still go rook d1 check. And it's the same thing. I think these lines are actually going to transpose. Although, no, it's not a pure transposition because bishop takes c6, h takes g5 changes the structure, whereas this does not. I'm going to go with my first line, or rather the second line I was considering. Yeah, and h takes g5 played. Bishop takes d7 or queen takes. I mean, both are really good. I'll take with the bishop. If he wants to play king f7 or king f8, he can be my guest. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I missed something, guys. I missed something. Let's see if Pavel challenges me on this. Check. Oh, he didn't. Okay, bishop d6, rook d4. There was rook h6 at that point. Rook h6. I'll show that after the game. Okay, so he goes back to e8, and now I can do what I intended to do, which is the doubling on the e file. Yeah, now we pick up a piece. Okay, I'm not going to play knight e5 because that hangs the rook. Let's go knight g5. Pavel seems pretty optimistic still based on his commentary, but don't think that's going to be working out too well, my friend. Okay, Rook h5, attack the knight. Still ways to blunder this. There's rook f7, but looks a little unstable. I think I'm just going to go with f4. And if en passant, I can take with the knight. Yeah, and he does take en passant because who amongst us does not take en passant? Remember, we're supposed to be playing like humans here with the bots. Rook f5. I'm just going to go capture on b7. Rook f7. Yeah, let's take. So, as you guys have told me, or I've explained to you guys many, many times, when we're in a winning position like this, I'm just looking to trade down. I'm not looking to do anything fancy. I'm up a huge amount of material here. So just keep things safe, trade when I can. Let's keep making progress. Now, the thing about the bots on our site, they will not play every game till completion. Okay? So Pavel's still hanging in there, but don't be surprised if Pavel actually resigns at some point when the position is just well and truly hopeless. We programmed the bots to do that. Yeah, king e5. So this blunders a fork. Very natural move, but blunders into a fork. Let's go ahead and capture. And there you go. There's resignation here on move 38. And Pavel admitting that his maneuver miscalculated. Orbital checkmate achieved. And, you know, like I said, we're trying to gather feedback. So I think actually this resignation was a little late, but it's pretty close. I mean, they didn't resign too long after the loss of the rook, but it was lost for several moves. So, all right. Yeah, so that in a nutshell is the playing experience on Chessiverse. And by the way, just to click into this game, so we can analyze it after the fact, we have some insights. So some cool features with statistics as well. Once you get up and running playing games. Here's my rating graph. Again, because I usually play these bots pretty quickly, I found that I tend to bounce around the 2000s, like high 1900s, low 2000s, just playing the bots at blitz pace. But some cool stats, win streak, average, game length, win rate, and whatnot. You can see what bots you do well against, which ones you don't do so well against. Win rate by time of day, activity calculator, some really neat stuff. So let's click into that game history. Yeah, so this was interesting. So this moment, when I was calculating the various captures, and in a tournament game, a competitive game, this would be a moment to spend time because there's multiple captures possible here. Bishop takes c6, bishop takes e7. And like I said, had Pavel played in the position coming up here, had Pavel played bishop d6, I'm not 100% sure I win something super cleanly. I'm seeing now maybe bishop d6, knight e5 check followed by knight f7. But the point of bishop d6 would be that on that bishop move, if I double the rooks on the d file, if you just imagine that, black has this move rook h6 to defend laterally. So I could play that out. We're actually incorporating some further analysis features onto the platform coming up, like computer analysis and the ability to manipulate the lines. For now, we actually are linking to Lichess when you want to analyze. So you can click this button and look at it over there if you want. But yeah, bishop d6, I think, would have been the best way to resist because it actually would have challenged me to find some way of winning material. But in the game, Pavel played king e8, and then I was able to double against that bishop on e7. All right, so yeah, you've just seen Chessiverse in action. Once again, just to summarize, there's 500 plus bots on the site that are designed to play like humans. I've apparently defeated 77 of them. Got a long ways to go. But I've really enjoyed playing this. And in the coming videos, I expect to play more and maybe do it in a pure speedrun type of format. We have some ideas about how we can deploy that. But please do take a look at the site. You guys know that I don't plug a whole lot of paid resources, and I almost never plug external projects, be it chess or beyond, because I really value you guys as viewers. And in the case of many of you watching my videos, truly longtime viewers. So I don't get involved in projects lightly, but I would really appreciate it if you guys check this out. We're trying to build something that's community based. We have a Discord as well where we're interacting with users on the site and gathering feedback. We want to make this a true learning platform, but also keeping it fun and stress free, judgment free. You don't have to worry about how you compare against other players. Not that there's, you know, not something to be said for that. Getting a rating on a site like Chess, chess.com, that's all well and good. But it's nice to just be able to play against bots with human-like characteristics and do it at your own pace and comfort level. And that's what we offer here on Chessiverse. So thanks for watching. Let me know if you guys have any questions or comments. Please do create a free account. Also, I'm going to be dropping a code in the description and in the comments down below for a discount on the premium membership if you're interested in that. It's pretty affordable, the premium membership. Even at full price, it's less than $10 USD at the moment. So we'd really appreciate if you are interested in supporting using that and getting access to all the bots. All right. Thanks so much. Stay tuned for more on Chessiverse. I've got a smile on my face. You guys can tell I'm really excited to develop this and interact with our users further. It's been really cool so far. And shout out to Jonathan, Bjorn. This is really their baby. David, he's been helping them as well. But I feel really honored and excited to join Chessiverse officially. All right, guys. I'll see you again soon. Thanks again for watching.